So I was talking to this person, and they basically were saying something like, it's hard to just get up and do. It's hard to get up and do. And I said, it's not hard. All thing you got to do is just get up and do it. Just do it. It's just the act of doing it, action. They proceeded to say, no, it's not easy. You try to make it seem like it's easy. It's not. I said, listen here. I was homeless for a long time. And I could have committed suicide. And I didn't, because I was creating and I had my creativity. So therefore, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that to myself. The person proceeded to say, oh, you're weak. How could you think like that? You're weak. They tried to get a trigger response up out of me to be combative with them. One thing about when you're telling people like your story, a lot of people, instead of thinking that it's an empowering story, they will try to get you to react or respond outrageously. But they didn't get that out of me. I proceeded on to say, how does that make me weak? A lot of people are dealing with depression. They deal with those thoughts all the time. I proceeded to say, when I was 12, I used to be depressed. I used to cut my wrists. Okay, I don't know if they're going to bleep it. I was cut my wrists. He proceeded to say, that's weak. That's weak for you to think these thoughts and for you to think you're going to suicide. That's a weak. I proceeded to be quiet. I didn't say anything else because you know why? I seen that person was trying to bring a trigger response of me just being like, what are you talking about with that? Like, no, I'm silent. Because it's not hard to pull yourself out of the funk. But once you've been doing bad for so long, it is hard. And that particular person was doing bad for so long. A lot of bad things. If you can go and buy weed, or you can go do, and weed ain't the bad thing, but if you can go do the bad things that you were doing and buying weed and doing all this other stuff, you can pull the honorable person up out of yourself. But it's going to take a long time because you've been doing dishonorable things for so long. And you're trying to trigger somebody like me. You can never trigger me because I do the work. I go in and see, why was I doing these things to myself? Well, who approved what I was trying to get? Why you didn't feel like you were significant? Why did you feel like you were insignificant? That's why Bobby Hemming said, don't help these bitches. Because they would try to pull you inside of their portal of darkness. If I'm telling you something about me, it is to empower you, not for you to think that you're gonna throw it in my face, because that shit gonna be on your face, not mine.